Claudia. I'm Pat with Epic. I met you about a week or so ago out here at your house. Well, today is Tuesday, February 23rd, and we're going to be doing a pre-drywall video today. We're going to walk around the complete exterior, then walk through the interior, talk about everything. Today is my final day of inside and outside inspections from the city. I do have several third-party inspectors yet to come in, but I'm scheduled to start insulation tomorrow. It's the insulation install, and I'll be stocking drywall in the house on Friday. So I know that you've been in the house a lot, and you've been through your electrical and your low volt, and we're going to talk about several things today. The low volt I'm just going to touch on because I know that you are very in tune and aware of everything that you need and how you want things. I believe all changes have been made by iWired, and my electrician has made all modifications and reloads and changes, so we believe everything is done at this point. So today we're going to go through several things. I've got this little checklist here. We're going to talk about grading and drainage, gutters and downspouts, window grids. In your modern prairie elevation, there are none. As you're well aware, windows were installed with center mullions in the entryway at the beginning, but those have since been changed. Electrical locations, low volt, plumbing, mechanical, no more change orders. We're too late to change anything because everything has been ordered for your house, and then projected schedule. Now Kyle will talk to you about that. But one thing I wanted to touch on here before we start walking around the outside is I'm going to show you a copy of your plot plan, and this shows the footprint of your house. It shows the size, all your lot lines, the setbacks, like a 30.5-foot setback, side setbacks 13, 12.5 on this side. This is the fence next to the open tract. It shows all kinds of information on here, and there's a legend in the bottom right. If you don't have a copy of this, just ask Kyle and he'll gladly shoot you a copy. You can see I've got, it shows me several steps out here in the front walk, and in the back patio it shows me at the minimum going down off the patio. Now, within this next week, I know this is a major concern of yours, within the next week I'm meeting, probably toward the end of this week, I'm meeting my concrete contractor, and we're going to come up with a couple of scenarios, different scenarios for the back patio stairs. And then Kyle will be discussing those with you, but we'll talk a little bit about those as we walk around this morning. We're going to cover the outside first and then go inside. But this shows you, these arrows show you how I need to grade your lot, in what direction. I've got a high point right back here, and that comes forward from there and around the east and then the north side to the front. That's how your lot is supposed to drain. Now I have a problem along this side, and you can see this note on this plot plan that the fence is to be raised along this property line to get the required embankment there so that I can drain this lot. Now Epic is going to be doing this ourselves, and as we move around the side, I'm going to show the camera angle down the side so you can see. Right now this fence is very flat going back, and then there's a slight rise to the back column. Well, I'm going to be removing the fence next week, the week of March 1st. And I'm going to be building that grade up, and I'm going to slope it from the bottom of that stone column all the way to the bottom of this front stone column. So this grade will rise all the way to the back, so I can build up enough in that back to get your swale and get drainage to come down along the fence line, along the property line. So I'm going to have a built up, I'm not going to say a berm, it's just going to be a mound from the bottom of that column to the bottom of this front column, and then I'll be resetting the fence right on that slope grade, and then we'll be able to create a drainage swale along the property line, not much different than where that black fence is, a little bit closer to the fence line. But water is designed to start high in the back, come around this way, this all slopes off to the front swale, and then it comes forward. And the rear yard takes around the east side and down the north side to the front. So I'll be creating all of that drainage here within the next 2 to 3 weeks. After I finish the masonry, but you can tell that we have, we're about 90% complete on the stone. Yesterday we put the scratch coat or base coat of the stucco on, and that has to cure for a full week before we put the color coat on. how those steps are going to work. Then I'll draw them on the plot plan, and then Kyle will be sending those to you so you can configure. Front steps are a given. I've only got so much distance to work with from the front porch, but we're going to break it up to make it as manageable as possible. And then we'll review the back patio steps as well. So as we're sitting here in the front, you can see stone siding, scratch coat of stucco is on, coach lights are in. From an electrical standpoint, now I do have a copy of your latest electric mini. It doesn't have all the changes you've made, but it's what we had worked off of in your house. And you can see up in this garage corner, the soffit, that is the Lobo 3-wire that you requested, and that is a camera location. And we've got another camera location in the front of the 2-car. And then around the side, going up to the top. We've got it down here first, and I want you to know that this DC soffit will be replaced. This will be the camera location up at the apex. So we've got camera in the front. We're going to start making our way around the back. Come down. So this is where the air conditioning unit will sit. This is power for AC, need 220. Service outlet, need 220 to service the 2 condensing units that you sit here. We have, per your request, relocated that hose bib from the rear of the house around to the side. This is a vent from the basement bathroom. This is all of the low volt. These are the main lines from your low volt panel coming from the basement, and these are your connector lines. Low volt sleeves coming from the electric pedestal in the back of the house, so that when you order your service, Comcast, Xfinity, or whatever, they will pull from the pedestal right through these sleeves. They'll set a termination box here, and this is where your phone and internet connect to the house, and that leads directly to your I-wired panel. This is the main service desk connect. You've got the meter housing here, and the main service inside. Circuit in there, but all the rest are in the interior load center, which we'll look at when we get to the basement. So this is the main service panel. I had my rough electric inspections yesterday and passed those, so the meter has been released to United Power, and they'll be setting this permanent meter probably by the 1st of next week. So as we move around to the side, we requested this gas shut off here from barbecue. We got that around the corner. Kyle tells me he's going to be doing an outdoor cooking center here. But you can see we have this window well from the basement bedroom. As we move around this back, you can see the elevation of your porch. We'll have stairs coming off of this porch. This area here, we thought maybe that we could come up with an option to make steps coming off here, but I don't think I have enough width. I'm checking into that, but when I come up with the 2 scenarios next week with my concrete contractor, I'll verify that. Whether we come off this end of the back patio for stairs to grade, we have some options available to us. But because of the grade, I am going to need to be putting railings on this porch, because I exceed what the code requirement states is that if I am over 30 inches off the ground, 3 foot out. So if I come 3 foot out from your patio, and if I'm more than 30 inches, then I have to have guardrails on here. So I would have guardrails enclosing the patio because of the grade. But we raised this back patio, so we didn't have any steps coming out of the house. You didn't care for that as it originally was set up. So we got 1 step down to the patio out of the house, which is required, and then the completely flat patio. So we'll talk more about steps, location, and come up with a couple of options for you, and then we can look at those and decide together. I'm going to step up on the patio and have my associate just stay down here. I'm going to talk about a couple of things that we got here. Oh. So switches inside the door for the recessed cans. We've split them in two. So we got 4 recessed cans and 4. Those are on separate switches, so you don't have to eliminate your entire patio if you're only using half of it. Low volt pre-wire. I'm looking at the map here. Looks like we got another camera location here above the column. We have stone up this far. It's good siding everywhere. There's green is siding. The inspectors needed to see everything open. So on this back patio we have 3 camera locations, excuse me. Let me just check this. Yep, we've got a camera in this soffit on this outside of the patio. Camera location inside the soffit. And another camera location above the column in the rear. Also on the other end of the patio, we've got 2 camera locations. Let's see if we've got them here. You may have changed something from this. Like I said earlier, you are more in touch with this low volt. We do have a camera pre-wire out here in this soffit outside of the column. My mini shows we have one here. Now I know we had one on the side of the house, and you've asked them to relocate it, and I'm frantically looking for it, and I don't see it here. I don't see it. I'm going to check into that and see what's going on there. So, missing what I feel is a camera location. Next to the patio door out here, we've got an electric service outlet as well. We've got 8 recessed cans, camera locations, service outlet. I'm going to check on that camera and see exactly what the story is with that. Okay. Okay, I'm going to step back off the patio. I'm going to step back into your yard. We'll take a camera shot here. Now, it appears, you can stop right there, Craig. Locations on each end of the back patio.
Hey, Pat.
There's a second camera location, which I thought it was back there. We had to move it forward. Okay, we got 2 cameras here, 2 on the other side. That's a change. I wasn't sure. Bib, and we have the sprinkler tee. This is where the irrigation clock for the sprinkler system for landscaping is installed. Again, at the front porch, I'm going to have rails between the columns. This grade is going to come up probably about 6 inches below the facing of the concrete. So final grade will be, if you can look back, probably be pretty close to top of window well, right straight across, all the way across this side here. So this grade will build up and then slope the property line. Also on the front porch, they're next to the front door. Ceiling next to the front door. Camera locations here. One car garage corner. Just making sure those are cameras they are. And they're located in the correct location. All four fronts. So now we'll take a look around and we'll enter the garage. You can see we've started to hang gutters today. Lower gutter on the front of the one car, there'll be a downspout here. Wall down and then slow grade. We'll have gutters, all gutters will be on today. A little bit windy, so it's going a little bit slower than normal. We'll have all rough gutters on today. We're going to make our way out of wind. Make our way into this. I'm standing in the one car garage. Now I know we had this discussion. You know, we've got ceiling lights. We've got power outlets around the garage, standard outlets. We also requested option of, you're going to be putting side mount garage door openers. We've got power and low volt on the side of the garage door and also on the two car, which I'll point out when we get there. I also did rewire this to put it on a three-way. So this single car you can operate here or from the owner's entry. So we did make that electrical change as well. Get to the electrical drawing. No other additional electrical other than, again, I'll point out, you've got your garage door opener power, low volt, up high left, and that micro lamp that's solid backing where you know, your garage door people can install. Low volt wiring coming down for the sensors. I do have, you know, I did relocate that gas line for the heater. As you can see, I brought it back to the back of the garage rather than the front where you had it initially drawn. I did pay my plumber to get that gas line back and down. That circuit, that is a loop on the 20 amp because we had the gas pipe here and I looped it back in that 20 amp circuit. So you got an additional outlet, but it's on the same 20 amp circuit, and that's for your heater. Now, if your heater is working, you can't plug anything in that because it will overload the circuit. But if you're not using a heater, or if it's going to be a while, you've got an electrical service outlet here. Just it's just there. Lighting, standard outlets on every wall in the garage. And we did this change from 2-gang to a 3-gang, and it's because we put that switch on a 3-way per your request on that single car. So we got the 2-car garage lights. We got the single car garage lights, and then we have a 3-way switch for the coach lights on the front of the garage. And the 3-way switch, the other end of the 3-way is located at the front entry. So you can turn your garage coach lights on or off from either this location or the front entry. Single coach light outside your service door. When you use the service door, that coach light switch is here. Okay, as we enter the owner's entry, you can see we've got security pre-wire for the doorway. Come in, we've got electrical switch to turn on lights ahead of yourself. Things are switched very logically. When you enter a space, there's a switch to turn lights on ahead of yourself. When you exit the space, there's a switch to turn the light on behind yourself. And again, for forward movement ahead of yourself. So we've got the coat closet as we come into the owner's entry. We switch to my electrical drawings. I've got 2 recessed cans here and 2 recessed cans here. This is smoke detector above us at the owner's entry. So in the project room, we have adjusted the outlets, added an outlet, and adjusted the height because you've got cabinets here, so they're above countertop height. Also, I can see that we've got security pre-wire. Magnets are on the window, both windows. way right through into the guest bedroom. So this switch here is on a 4-way. And those are for these hallway lights, as I mentioned. I call them travelers. So as you enter from the owner's entry, you turn lights on ahead of yourself. And if you're not going into the guest area, you're going into your main living, you turn off behind yourself. Then there's a switch right here for recessed cans and the 3-way for, the 4-way for the dining fixture, which was your request. This is the other half of the 4-way, or the other end of the 4-way for the entry cans. So 1, 2, 3 switch locations for these entry cans, and that's called a 4-way switch. So we can turn off behind ourselves. Entering the guest bedroom, door swings to the right, 2 switches inside. You requested 5 recessed cans, all evenly spaced, centered on windows. So there's 1 switch for recessed cans. And then there's another switch for a half-hot outlet. In every room we put a half-switched outlet. This happens to be across the room. This is where the half-switched outlet is. You also requested at 72 inches at this location power outlet and low volt pre-wire. So service outlets around the room, standard wiring. Additional at 72 inches. Guest bathroom. As you come in, there are 2 switches on the left. One is for the lights, both above the vanity and above the shower, and the other is for the ventilation fan, or the fan. So this is the shower location. This is also, I still have this wall open, and that's for electrical inspection, because that's where our main service line comes in. But this will close up probably by tomorrow when we start insulating. Stool, lab location. Then walk-in closet, power next to the countertop, and walk-in closet with a recessed can, light switch right inside the door. As we move out of the guest into the main kitchen area, as I had mentioned, we've got 2 switches here, and one is for the 4-way on the dining cans, and kitchen cans. We've got cabinets located here, and we're wired for beverage center on both sides, and you requested 60-inch and low volt with conduit, and that's all located here. Power outlets above countertop height. I failed to mention you've got the small linen closet here off the guest bedroom. So this is a linen closet. This is countertop with cabinets, double beverage center. Moving around this side, got power low, recessed cans. Now, I know that you have been in here with George, my electrician. Also, you spoke with Kyle. We've relocated several cans to your desire. Everything is centered on the kitchen. We've moved things around, and I believe we've got everything per your requirements. If there's something that I'm not aware of, please get with Kyle, and we'll make adjustments as need be. I'm going to turn back to the low volt here for a moment. Right inside the patio door, we've got a glass break. And this is the glass break sensor here. Yellow wire in the ceiling. Also above that countertop where the cabinets were around the corner in the beverage centers, you've asked for the T1 and a T conduit and a T1 cable. And that's at 60 inches. Okay, so here we are in the kitchen. As you can see around the island, we've got standard power outlets that are required. There's wiring in the cavity, and that is for the dishwasher, disposal, and the kitchen sink. I've got my drawing sitting on the island at the moment. Now your disposal switch is going to be inside this sink cabinet. So the door will open, and that disposal switch will be right on the wall inside that cabinet. Got cabinets on the end. No sink location on the end. Then we've got your cooktop wall here. So we've got gas cooktop here. This is the power for the range hood. That's the exhaust vent for the range hood, goes out and out through the garage, and that's part of that soffit system that I had built in the garage. On this plan, I have a soffit in the garage. Okay. Conduit, low volt conduit going from second floor attic all the way to the main panel. This is photovoltaic. This is a conduit going from the mechanical room all the way up into the attic as well. In the event that in the future you may want to add solar panels to your roof, this goes up into the attic, this conduit, and that's for a solar company to be able to pull their wires back down to the mechanical room where they would be setting their controls and water feeds, things like that. So that's what this photovoltaic conduit is for. Future solar, if you choose to use it. Power outlets above countertops everywhere. We got an under counter microwave drawer. This is power for the microwave. I failed to mention as we came in per your request, on the other side of the owner's entry here, we've got keypad location. I'm sure that's what that is. Yep, that's the keypad. Panel wire, yep. Recessed cans are all placed, and I think you've looked at them all and you're pretty comfortable with everything. Everything is lined up and centered. As we enter the pantry area, as you walk into the pantry, this will have cabinet doors on it. And as you walk into the pantry, there's a light switch on your left, which will light up all three recessed cans in here. This soffit is dropped for mechanical purposes. Same thing as in the model in Parker. So this lines with shelves. No additional electric in the pantry, other than the 4 recessed cans that we have. So I know that we've got switching here. We've got outside recessed cans, half hot, the 4-way on the dining, and then the 3-way on the kitchen cans. So you've got grand room cans, 3-way to turn on or off the kitchen cans, 4-way on the dining, and the outdoor recessed cans. Power service outlet below. You can see magnets on the operable windows. Above the fireplace, we've got outlet at 75 inches, and we've got low volt pre-wire and conduit coming from the basement up to this location. Fireplace switch is on the left-hand side. This will turn on and off your fireplace. You requested a power outlet here, and below that will be the emergency gas shutoff for your fireplace. There's a key that goes along with that, which that'll be shown and given to you at the new homeowner orientation. But you've requested an outlet here, 110 outlet at 17.5, and then the gas shutoff below. Again, I can see on all these windows, we've got contacts. We have in this corner, you go to your low volt page again. This pre-wire here is a motion detector. So this is your motion pre-wire. And again, the windows have their contacts on. Power half hot outlet, half switched outlet. No other low volt in this room other than the conduit, the CP above the fireplace, and the motion detector. But I see all the operable windows are contacted. Power outlet low, open handrail on the stairwell. Recessed cans. Here we have the low volt side is smoke detector, and then we got high volt carbon and smoke combination. Switches here are for the kitchen, dining, kitchen and dining. 4-way on the dining and 3-way on the kitchen. Here we've got switches for the half hot outlet, for the ceiling fan. In the ceiling of the grand room, we've got 8 cans and ceiling fan pre-wire. We did adjust those recessed cans. We shot lasers from the floor. We set everything at the 46 inches so everything lines up and everything is centered properly. So 8 recessed cans and ceiling fan pre-wire. These are the switches right here. We've got cans, fan, and half hot across the room. Here's our traveler for the basement stair lighting. Right here is the switch to turn the recessed cans under each landing. There's 3 going down to the basement, and there's a switch at the base of the stairs to turn those lights off. Here's our travelers for, we've got a 3-way for the stair lights going up, for the recessed cans going up, and our traveler for the chandelier. And that is located here, centered on the stairwell, chandelier. So at the front entry, we got 3 switch box here. We've got the 3-way on the exterior coach. We have got the patio lights on the front porch, and the outside cans and chandelier, 4-way on that chandelier. So you can turn that chandelier on here, there, or up at the top of the stairs. Here we are at the study. We've got double doors going in the study. Get your electrical drawing. We've got 8 recessed cans, or excuse me, I'm in the wrong room. In the study, we've got 5 recessed cans. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1 in the center. All standard outlets. We've got low volt pre-wire. Looks like a CP location on the adjoining garage wall. We just checked that low volt in the study. A T2, sorry. And we have a T1 on either end of the study. T1 and power. So telephone. Okay. T1 and T2. So we got phone and data port and dual phone and data ports. These stairs will be gone by the weekend. This was I know that you saw this early on. We ordered 3 houses at once, didn't have the winding corner on them. So we temporarily set these just to keep things moving, and then the correct winder stair came in. So we'll be removing these this week. So here we are back in the study again, and we've got double doors here in the study, and those doors are a center meet suite, so they swing and meet in the center. 5 recessed cans. We've got new turn air, and that passes through to that hallway. Make sure that we get good airflow. Here we are in the powder room. We've got the front coat closet. And then in the powder room, 2 switches. One is for the light above the sink, and the other is for the fan. We're going to make our way up the stairs. So with the study, you've requested barn door backing for a double door here. And that's these 2x10 members up above study doorway area. And that's for door track to mount to. And for double doors, they would both center meet and slide to each side. Thus, again, for that reason, normally without barn doors, we would put what's called a transfer grill above a double door, which are standard double doors here. Not standard, but above double doors, we would put a transfer air grill just to move air. But with the barn door backing, we can't put that transfer grill. That's why I put it inside the room, and it's into the open vestibule of the powder room. So that air will just transfer through there on this wall. So, yep, because we don't have room when we have barn door backing. Again, another thing here, low volt, we got a glass break at the entry to cover all this glass at the front entry. This is the doorbell, door chime location, and then the thermostat location for the main level. So the thermostat location. So we're going to make our way upstairs. Recessed cans are on ahead of us. We'll be able to turn them off when we get upstairs. Smoke detector location, cans are on. So we have 3 switches here. One is for the stairwell cans coming up, on or off. 4-way on the chandelier. I had mentioned we've got a chandelier switch at the entry, chandelier switch at the grand room entrance, and a chandelier switch up here. So they can be on or off from here as well. Then there's another switch here, which is for the hallway cans ahead of ourselves, traveling ahead. So you can turn off lights behind yourself and then lights on ahead of yourself. These 2 switches here are for the loft. We've got recessed cans in the loft, 4 recessed cans, 6 per your request. 2, 4, 6, plus we have a half-hot outlet, half-switched outlet. That's the second switch here. So we've got a half-switched outlet and the 6 recessed cans for the loft. For the low volt, let me just check that quickly. We have a T1 up here, service outlets. Here's our T1 location. And service outlets around the room. Now we are required by code at this open rail location to have outlets. So we do put a floor outlet, which is flush mounted with your floor covering, whatever that is here. There'll be a brass plate on that. So that's it for electrical and low volt in the loft. We're gonna make our way through. I think we'll come this way past the mechanical. We've got ceiling lights on, ceiling cans in the hallway. We've got mechanical room with double doors here. This furnace services the upper level only. The thermostat down low that I pointed out manages the air for main level and basement. So we've got storage closet here with double doors. We're gonna hold up the master to walk through to the laundry room. So we've got lights here in the hallway, and we've got these hallway switches, hallway lights on a 4-way switch. So if you're going to the master, you can turn them off or on. If you're going to the secondary bedroom, you can turn them on or off as well, and I'll show you that. But we're gonna enter into the laundry room. 2 switches on your right as you open that door. One is for the ceiling cans, and the other is for the fan. We've got washer left, dryer right. No low volt in the laundry, and no additional electric in the laundry. So we've got 220 for dryer, 110 for washer, service outlets above countertop height. We've got contact on the window for security, and service outlet here below. This is where the cabinets go. You've got 3 cabinets here, base drawers, and a sink base. Laundry sink location. We're going to walk into the secondary bedrooms. And here as we walk in, your note was exactly right. My mistake, I had the switches on the wrong side of the wall. This is the left-hand door coming in. So we've moved the switches to the right-hand side. One is for the optional recessed cans you've selected in the ceiling. We've got bedroom 2. We've got 5 recessed cans, and we've got a half-switched outlet in the corner. Also in this bedroom, you've requested an outlet at 72 inches and low volt pre-wire as well. And that low volt is a CP. phone and data cable satellite port. So we got 5 recessed cans, half switched outlet. Walk into the bathroom. We've got 2 switches. One is for the light above the sink and the light above the tub, and the other is for the fan. So we've got tub shower combination, stool, cabinet with lab. Power next to the countertop, above countertop. Walk-in closet, 1 switch inside for a recessed can. There'll be rod and shelf in that closet as well. So this is the other half of that switch leg, which will turn those cans off, either in front or behind yourself. Walk into bedroom number 3, and we've got this on the 3-way switch. And this is something that I've decided to do. We've got power low, 3-way switch. You can turn on this light ahead of yourself. And before you even get into the sleeping area, because if you choose to go into the bathroom, you've got lighted area for walkway. Come into the bathroom, there's 2 switches. One is for the light above the lav and the light above the shower. We got shower with shower head at 84 inches, stool and lav. And walk-in closet with recessed can in the closet, single light switch inside. And then this switch that I was mentioning, I put it on a 3-way, so you can have this light comes on by itself. We've got a smoke detector. You can turn that light off. So if this is your sleeping area, you don't have to walk all the way to the door to turn that light off. It's on a 3-way switch. The other switch is for the half hot in the corner of the room. In this bedroom, we have CP location for your request at 72 inches plus power. Service outlets around the room. No additional electric other than the recessed cans. 5 recessed cans and half hot outlet. Power for wall mount TV. So as you get out of bed, you can turn light off behind yourself, the light off ahead of yourself, go into the bathroom or closet, turn that off behind yourself again as you exit the bedroom. So now we enter the master suite area. Here's the other end of that 4-way to turn lights on or off behind yourself. So I'm turning them off. Coming into the master suite, we've got a 3-way switch to turn this traveling light on ahead of yourself. And you're in the main sleeping area. 3 switches here. We have got the 3-way switch to turn off the lights behind yourself. We have got quantity of 4 recessed cans, 5 included at the wall here, 5 total. And then a half hot, we've got a fan pre-wire and a half hot outlet in the corner of the room. The other electrical option you requested is another power outlet at 72 and back-to-back low volt pre-wire. CP location. We've got a panel pre-wire in this room, and it should be right here, and here it is. This is the keypad location down at the owner's entry project room, and then here is the keypad location, pre-wire for the keypad. Master closet, enter, switch for all 4 recessed cans, power outlets, and this also is where the attic access is. Just off to the side of the attic access is light and a service outlet for any service you may need to do in the attic. There is power up there. That's it. No low volt in the closet. We'll walk in the master bathroom. Okay, we've moved the location of this door We've put the freestanding tub underneath the window. We have 2 recessed cans above the tub. We also have 3 recessed cans outside the shower. I did have the lav vanity switch here. We did move it here per your request. So I've got a 4 gang and a single gang here. What we've got is, I've got 2 cans above the tub, 3 cans outside the shower, cans inside the shower, and fan switch. Then the single switch is for the vanity lights. Power on each end of the vanity, and master stool room, 2 switches inside, 1 for fan, 1 for light. So everything for the master bathroom, all switches, all lighting is controlled from this location. Got 4 switches together and then single gang for the vanity lights. Tub, shower, and dry off area are switched independently. Pretty much takes care of the upstairs, other than one item that I failed to mention. Off the loft, we do have a storage closet, which I failed to mention when we were here at the loft. And inside that storage closet, the door swings in to the left. There is a light switch right inside the door for a recessed can in the storage closet. No additional low volt than what we have discussed. We'll make our way down to the basement, and then we'll wrap things up outside. Okay, we're back. We're heading down to the basement. And as I mentioned earlier, this is our 3-way switch for the basement lights going down. So we're gonna turn that light on. Again, as I walk down, and point out another floor outlet required by code. That'll have that metal trim plate. So we got recessed can under this landing. And we got a 3-way switch to turn those lights off behind ourselves. Also, the next switch here is to turn on all of the recessed cans in the recreation room. And we've got a new recessed can in the center, but we've got 4 existing, so we've got 5 total in this main rec room. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all spaced equally, equidistant, and symmetrically. Low volt in the rec room, nothing. So we've got the stair area, we've got outlets down low, and we've got storage closet with a light on the wall above the door. So this door, there's a switch inside. So storage closet with light in it. And now we're into the main media room. Okay, over on this wall, so we're in the rec room, and we've got a 3-way switch, so you can turn the lights off behind yourself or for the media room, all the recessed cans. And we have 1, 2, 3 in the low soffit, and then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in the high ceiling. Also, from a low volt standpoint, we have another smoke detector per your request, low volt smoke. And then we have our own high voltage smoke and carbon monoxide. So in the media room, we've added these 2 center cans. We got the outer ring of 6. Additional power on the big wall centered at 66 with low volt tube from CP location down low. Power outlets all around the room. And that's it for the media room. We're going to make our way back to the optional bedroom. As we walk in, we've got a 3-way switch for the traveling cans, the recessed cans in the ceiling above, and you can turn those off again at the end of the hallway before you go into the bedroom. We've got double door closet here. Here into the secondary bathroom, come in, there is a light above the vanity. Now you've requested on an NSO to delete the second lav, so we have 1 lav centered with power on each end, and one long light bar in the center. In the shower and stool room, come in, there's two switches. One is for the light over the shower. Shower head's at 84 inches, plenty of height, and then the stool. Also, the second switch is for the fan. So we've got two recess cans and fan. Heat supply and fan. We make our way to the bedroom. So you turn the lights off behind yourself as you come into the bedroom. Switch to turn on recess cans, and in this room we have 5 recess cans. Fifth one was optional. We got 4, or excuse me, all 5 are optional. We got 5 recess cans, all placed symmetrically and centered. From a low volt standpoint in the bedroom, we have a CP location at 66. Pardon me, that's on the adjoining bath wall with power at the same elevation for a wall mount device. Walk-in closet, single recess can in the closet with a switch inside, that'll get rod and shelf. And that's it for the bedroom. We're going to go into the unfinished mechanical area. Now I'm going to point out a few things. So as you come in, pardon me, there is a light switch right inside the door, and that'll turn on the lights that we have in here. This is your interior load center. This is where all your interior circuits will be. All your lighting and outlets will be breakered inside. This is your interior load center. Power outlet, service outlet down low. Light, got a smoke detector, high volt smoke detector, carbon monoxide detector. Over on this side, this is the sump pump location. I mentioned outside near the garage service door, this is the ejection pipe for the sump. So we install a sump pump here, and that is a backup system. Now inside your foundation, we have a complete interior drain system. And everything flows to the front corner, which is where the under drain is. And that goes to the city storm. But also on the other half of the basement comes to the sump pit. And this is a backup system for the main under drain going to the city storm. But in the event that water accumulates in that sump pit to an undesired level, then the sump pump will automatically turn on, eject the pipe out, eject the water out. There will be a check valve here to prevent any water from going back in. And this is the outlet or the power for the sump pump, and that will be installed. That's a sealed system. This is a vapor pipe that we install. On top of the interior drain system, we have this pipe, and it's just a passive vent pipe, an under slab, depressurization, and vapor vent pipe. So any type of vapor or moisture that forms underneath this floating slab, and it's designed to move and float. It's placed on 4 inches of pea gravel because of our soil conditions, which are not bad, they're good. But we take extra precautions just in case, and we make the slab available to move. Well, on top of that interior drain system, we place a pipe, and this goes all the way up, and it's all the way out through the roof. And that's just a passive vent that any humidity, any vapor that accumulates underneath the slab, it automatically goes into the perforated drain pipe and vents naturally out to the atmosphere. This is one of our main stack drops, main sewer. We do have a clean out on that. We also have power outlets per your request. These are 2 optional outlets. This is your low volt panel location. And so all security, all pre-wires, everything for cameras, everything for security, everything for TV, everything comes to this location. We've got conduits here per your request. This is the right quantity. This is our anti-scald device for the master tub, which is required. This is the gas shutoff for the twin tankless water heaters, which will be mounted here. We've got power supplies for both. So these are the water supplies for the tankless water heaters. Gas supply for the furnace location, on-off switch. the operation of this and cleaning and maintenance will all be explained to you at the new homeowner orientation a couple of weeks or a week before you move in. This is called a Studer vent, which on the floor drain, that is a vent where in the event that any gases develop, that automatically lets it release and it's vented naturally. This is another main sewer stack clean out. And we're going to go to the other unfinished area. I'm going to show you where your water tree is. So this is the unfinished mechanical room. We've got ceiling lights, wall lights, all on the same switch. Going back down the hall, we're turning lights on ahead of ourselves, turning lights off behind ourselves. Coming into the media room, and in the rec room, switches to turn lights on or off again. We're going to this unfinished storage area. A little bit dark in here. As you come in, there is a switch on your left, and that'll turn on ceiling lights that we have in here. This is what we call the water tree. Now this is a booster pump, and I'm sure Kyle has talked to you about that, but this will be explained to you in greater detail as well. But up on this hill, we as Epic realized early on when we bought these lots that the water pressure was a little bit low up on top of this hill. And so we put in these booster pumps to make sure that we have the correct amount of water pressure for you that never is interrupted. It's a constant, correct amount of water pressure. So we got the main water service coming in from the street, shut-off valve to isolate the pressure regulating valve. We've got valve that's going through the booster pump, and these are isolating valves for service. This is the power for the booster pump. Then we come up, this is our main water service over to the mechanical room, which feeds everything through the water heaters. So this is our main water service line. This valve here is for the sprinkler tee, which I mentioned when we were outside behind the front porch. That's where your irrigation pipes go. And this is the valve for the sprinkler for the irrigation. There is a drain valve here, which you or your landscaper or maintenance company will be utilizing every fall. When you shut your system down, you open this valve, let any water drain out so nothing freezes at your vacuum breaker outside. This little device right here is a hammer arrestor, and this will prevent any knocking in these copper pipes. This traps any air so that there's no knocking. So this is our main water tree. Our main sewer comes in from underground. This is our under drain connection as well. This is the under drain going to the storm system out in the street, to the city storm system. So our interior drain system connects to this under drain pipe, which then connects out at the street, and then the sump just is a backup system. So we got this whole drain draining this way to the under drain, and that high side over there also has the capability to pick up any water that may accumulate. If there's a problem with this, it'll back up in the drain and go to the sump pit, and then we can eject from there. So another main sewer stack from above, and another clean out, and then this goes straight to the street, but this gives an easy clean out area. So all of our main stacks do have clean outs on them. In the event that something would ever back up or get trapped, easy locations for clean outs. And that wraps up pretty much everything in the basement. We're gonna go up to the kitchen and we're gonna wrap up our day. Okay, normally I wrap these up outside, but because of the wind today, I decided to sit on your kitchen island. One of the things I want to do is I want to briefly walk through your NSO option list. These are, our non-standard items. And I know that you're aware of everyone, but I want to make sure in my mind that we're clear together. In the master bathroom, we moved your freestanding tub per your diagram, and I know you know that's correct as well. We've added the garage service door. We've moved the master walk-in closet door location and the secondary bedroom walk-in door location. Obviously, that's how I had some switching issues, so you're aware that those are correct. We've run the half-inch gas line and electrical in the garage for the future heater. We have moved them to the back of the garage per your request, Cletus. Frame the full height wall at the owner's entry. I didn't point that out as we came in. I'm just going to point to it right now. And that's this short wall here. It is framed full height per your request. All the necessary electrical and plumbing for the appliances. We we've got all of those handled. We also, as I pointed out in the garage, we have installed backing and power in the correct locations for smart belt garage doors, side mount garage door openers. Then, as I mentioned, in the basement, we removed the second sink in that bathroom in the basement, gone to a single sink in the center. So those are your NSOs. And I just wanted to recap, we did capture all of those, and I believe we have them all per your requirements and requests. If there's something that I've missed, please reach out to Kyle. I'll always take care of whatever it is. Now, I'm just going to recap from the sheet that I showed you out front when we started. We talked quite a bit about grading and drainage. The gutters and downspouts are going in, and those are going to be self-explanatory, but I will point them out to you again. Also, window grids. Your modern prairie elevation gets no window grids. And I'm just going to walk to the corner here, and you'll see that we changed those 4 windows that had center grids in them, center mullions, I should say. Those have all been changed with new windows with no center mullions. Electrical locations, we went through all of those. I don't believe we have missed anything. I think we've got everything in the correct locations. But if there's something amiss, reach out to Kyle. Low voltage security, I did my best. There are some modifications that were made that I may be a little unclear of, but I hope we've captured everything for you. Plumbing and mechanical we talked about. Change orders. We also mentioned that at this point everything is on order and everything is coming. So there's no change to any selections you've made. Then my last item on this schedule is the projected schedule. And how we stand right now, we have been through our cold snap, and I hope that is the end of it. Now we are going to get some snows. But it shouldn't slow us down too much because we got most of the exterior taken care of. We'll finish up the gutters, the stucco next week. Then we'll begin grading next week. I mentioned I take that side fence down. Then as soon as I'm able, we'll get to grade the lot, get the driveway poured, the steps from the back patio and the steps at the front entry. Those will all go in the next couple of weeks. Right now we're trending. Before I say where I'm trending, I'm meant to just recap that this week we are insulating and we're stocking drywall, so we're moving right to drywall by the first of the week. I'm thinking it'll be no later than Monday that we'll start hanging drywall. But I do have additional inspections today by the city. And that's something I wanted to mention. After the city is finished with all of their inspections this week, that's when we start doing all of the soffits. We'll button up all the exterior trim, and all that will begin. They need to see everything open for all of their inspections and our third-party inspectors until I get to insulation. And then we start closing things up. So that will happen probably. All the soffits will start to close up and all the trim details. I'll get the siding replaced on that corner where the camera was installed wrong. I'll also get the soffit replaced where they cut in that camera wrong. I am going to have to do a little remodel on the front of the 2-car garage because I've got a gutter issue on the modern prairie elevations, and all 3 of them that I have built, I have the same problem. But I'll be addressing that in the next couple of weeks as well. So with all of that said, we're trending right now that we'll be wrapping up your house and moving you in somewhere between mid and end of June. So if you could make plans accordingly. Now every week I give Kyle updates on Mondays, and the best time for you to visit, as we have discussed, is on the weekends. Now this is going to be, from now on, every day someone's going to be working. I'm going to have trades in your house. It's good. There are very few days in our schedule that we do not have trades in the house. So I have to just ask again, please don't come during the week. And then our trades can just keep right on track. We might have a rest day here or there in between some trades, but from here forward, our schedule runs pretty tightly. So if you could visit on the weekends, give Kyle any feedback, information, or anything that I need to know, and I'm sure I will see you on the project here sometime soon. But that pretty much wraps it up for today, and thank you for taking the time. And I've broken this up into bits so you can watch some, come back at another time, watch more, come back at another time and watch a little bit more. So thanks, Cletus, and I appreciate it. And Claudia, if there's anything I've missed, I'm sure you'll let us know, but I'll be happy to take care of them. Thanks.